Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve that will lead you to victory. Learn new facts about birds. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns. Discover new species. Help them lay eggs. Gain food. Or even hunt. Become a bird enthusiast. Wingspan, a relaxing strategy game.
Lavender Legal Center is a nonprofit providing legal representation and related advocacy by and for LGBTQ Iowans. Lavender provides direct representation, advocacy, and referrals, with a priority for serving those with low income and LGBTQ youth. Lavender operates with 4 main core values. The first is equity, recognizing that legal aid and related advocacy are basic human rights. Second is inclusivity, providing equal access to services for those who are marginalized. Third is dignity. LGBTQ people are worthy of advocacy no matter their specific need for assistance. And fourth is compassion. LGBTQ people in need of legal services come to the matter with great vulnerability. To best serve those individuals and families, Lavender Legal Center must have concern and understanding for their sufferings. Your support of Lavender Legal Center helps further the mission to provide legal services, advocacy, and resources for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, dignified, and compassionate future.
Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve that will lead you to victory. Learn new facts about birds. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns. Discover new species. Help them lay eggs. Gain food. Or even hunt. Become a bird enthusiast. Wingspan, a relaxing strategy game.
Lavender Legal Center is a nonprofit providing legal representation and related advocacy by and for LGBTQ Iowans. Lavender provides direct representation, advocacy, and referrals, with a priority for serving those with low income and LGBTQ youth. Lavender operates with four main core values. The first is equity, recognizing that legal aid and related advocacy are basic human rights. Second is inclusivity, providing equal access to services for those who are marginalized. Third is dignity. LGBTQ people are worthy of advocacy no matter their specific need for assistance. And fourth is compassion. LGBTQ people in need of legal services come to the matter with great vulnerability. To best serve those individuals and families, Lavender Legal Center must have concern and understanding for their sufferings. Your support of Lavender Legal Center helps further the mission to provide legal services, advocacy, and resources for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, dignified, and compassionate future.
Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve that will lead you to victory. Learn new facts about birds. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns. Discover new species. Help them lay eggs. Gain food. Or even hunt. Become a bird enthusiast. Wingspan, a relaxing strategy game.
Lavender Legal Center is a nonprofit providing legal representation and related advocacy by and for LGBTQ Iowans. Lavender provides direct representation, advocacy, and referrals, with a priority for serving those with low income and LGBTQ youth. Lavender operates with four main core values. The first is equity, recognizing that legal aid and related advocacy are basic human rights. Second is inclusivity, providing equal access to services for those who are marginalized. Third is dignity. LGBTQ people are worthy of advocacy no matter their specific need for assistance. And fourth is compassion. LGBTQ people in need of legal services come to the matter with great vulnerability. To best serve those individuals and families, Lavender Legal Center must have concern and understanding for their sufferings. Your support of Lavender Legal Center helps further the mission to provide legal services, advocacy, and resources for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, dignified, and compassionate future.
Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve that will lead you to victory. Learn new facts about birds. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns. Discover new species. Help them lay eggs. Gain food. Or even hunt. Become a bird enthusiast. Wingspan, a relaxing strategy game.
Lavender Legal Center is a nonprofit providing legal representation and related advocacy by and for LGBTQ Iowans. Lavender provides direct representation, advocacy, and referrals, with a priority for serving those with low income and LGBTQ youth. Lavender operates with 4 main core values. The first is equity, recognizing that legal aid and related advocacy are basic human rights. Second is inclusivity, providing equal access to services for those who are marginalized. Third is dignity. LGBTQ people are worthy of advocacy no matter their specific need for assistance. And fourth is compassion. LGBTQ people in need of legal services come to the matter with great vulnerability. To best serve those individuals and families, Lavender Legal Center must have concern and understanding for their sufferings. Your support of Lavender Legal Center helps further the mission to provide legal services, advocacy, and resources for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, dignified, and compassionate future.
You're good to go.
Hello and welcome to Roleplay Give. We are a tabletop role-playing game community. I suppose not specifically role-playing, but predominantly role-playing games. Playing online and broadcasting to you, our viewers. My name is Ed. I am the game master or master technician today for Esper Genesis, an adventure, a science fiction adaptation of the 5e rule set. If you're just joining us, for the first time, our spacefarers have liberated a starship called the Holiday from a potentially corrupt, potentially criminal factory manufacturing and mining proprietor on a small moon off the beaten path, and they have taken that ship and flown it to the Keshite Rift, to the Tetra, a station called Tetra Station, where they have discovered a commercial hub called the Neon Labyrinth, and have made a number of contacts there. And I'm going to leave my recap in the broad strokes there and let the players fill in what they recall and what's important to them, and maybe I'll come back in and fill in a few blanks after that. But we'll move on to our players, and we'll have Paul start us off.
Okay. Hi, I'm Paul. I'm Roleplay Give in the chat in Twitch. And I am playing Allie Alistair Lancer. who is a space influencer and also kind of a rogue. Uh, uh, Played a little bit more like a soldier of fortune, uh, with more on the spy side than the soldier side. Uh, where I actually am a little bit blanking on where exactly we left off. I know we ended up getting like a lot of we went to a lot of different places to get information. We talked to an information broker who's I have I didn't get my notebook out. But the We talked to an information broker who then we sort of pissed off, although I don't think he knows all of us are together. Uh,
I think only one of us really pissed him off.
right. I think when you and I went in, we were okay. And then we got some information and found out a little bit about the zoite, the zoanide, where's my notes? Uh, the sphere, the zoosphere.
Noosphere.
Noosphere. Uh, and But we didn't get much because that information was deadly expensive and also deadly for people inquiring. We also know that the person who stole the ship, I think, is aware now that we're here. And we have bodyguards after us. And that's where my memory sort of fades after that, 'cause I wrote it down. Oh, there it is. But that's where Allie sort of leaves off in memory. Oh, here we go. We also have some spice we're trying to move. We have one called Gleam that we want to get rid of. And Zagar is the information broker. Oh, and we need to find Dr. Coronax. Or did we find him before we did not? Okay. All right, that's what I got.
Moving on to Corey.
Hi, everyone. I am Corey. I am playing Fiverr, who is a cybermancer, a character that sort of, instead of programming computers, actually directly interfaces with them and manipulates them that way. Fiverr is Bellari, which is sort of an energy being encased in a metal suit. In Fiverr's case, he looks like what he imagines a rabbit, having never seen one, may leave something to be desired. As far as filling in gaps, I think I have a few of them here this time. Let's see. Did I just? Of course, I just accidentally logged out of. Sorry. Roll20. We did go to an information broker in pairs, with not much of a. They probably know we were together, but we were trying to be discreet. And the first pair was Allie and Micah. And then Paklu and Fiverr went in. Paklu is basically pretty much banned from the planet at this point. I mean, Paklu's pretty much a terrible character to begin with, and just exponentially worse. But Fiverr was thankfully able to save the day after Paklu was thrown out of the bar that they were in, and get some information about the noosphere, and how. Well, I'm sorry, that's hard to say. Created a deal to start a process by which they might get some information about the noosphere. The cliffhanger, though, so to speak, and I'll let the others fill in the details before the ending, was that Fiverr's, and I think everyone's questioning, was attracted way too much attention. And so when we left off, Fiverr's suit had been hacked to deliver an ominous message.
Oh, that's right.
Moving on to Dawson.
I am the terrible one, known as Paklu, the
as I like to call it, the lizard space wizard.
Lizard space wizard.
So, what
Space
can I
Wizard Lizard.
say? That's right. What can I say? We went gambling at a bar once. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you won
Some
a lot
people
of
were
money.
shooting guns. I won nothing. That was all Fivers doing.
Fiver won a lot of money. That's right.
We went to a bar, but before the bar, there was, this guy who was trying to murder us or something for a bounty.
Yeah.
He was pretty not cool. He ran away and went to go talk to somebody about the viceroy. I don't remember his name at the top of my head, but that's okay. I'm terrified at the moment. We did that. Went to the bar. We went to go talk to an information broker who seems to be a very rather nice gentleman and likes to not speak in code words, and is a real big fan of me in every capacity of the word. That's about the additional things I can add other than what was already said.
And lastly, but not least, to Robin.
Yeah, thank you. I'm playing Micah, who is a Sentinel Volna or a Volna Sentinel, basically a beast race who wears a big kind of a rig that like helps bind weapons to her and just kind of give her that extra armor. She has like a scholar background, a geologist, but like wanted to get off the moon, study some new things. Not necessarily in her element for sure here. The person that attacked us mentioned the Scion, who we still really haven't figured out who that is, but they may be after us. And Dr. Cornax, who is the person that we are going to see next to sell the Gleam, is also an associate of Desh. So we keep kind of hitting these people who are Desh's associates, and Desh is the person we stole the ship from. So I'm sure this is going to go really well. The other thing that I contributed to the party was I tested out our hat of disguise, which wasn't a hat of disguise, it was called something else, but it was very glitchy, a disguise unit. It was very glitchy and yeah, it does damage. It doesn't just stop disguising you, it can hurt you. So we should get that fixed. So that's what I have to contribute.
We also
Right. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
Well, there was money won by Fiverr at the casino, but we've been spending some of it, and Allie is somewhat concerned we may not have enough to pay our undocking fee
Yeah.
from the spaceship.
I won a little bit.
Okay.
And if we sell these drugs, we'll be fine.
Right.
So we
That's
just have to
sort
go
of
sell our drugs.
That's sort of the point is we need to move our illicit drugs in order to get off the space station too. Although I think we have
the legal ones.
I think we have enough to get off, but not do anything else. So we're a little cash strapped. I think is another issue for us. So.
Right. So I will fill in a couple of things. In addition to the drugs that you are attempting to move, in the smuggling compartments on the holiday, you also found a few other items. A half disassembled cloaking device, which, if assembled and found a new data core was found for it, could allow you to cloak the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
There's a collection of rare artifacts that had been that look like they would have value to someone interested in that sort of thing, as well as a stash of jewelry and things that look like likely stolen, but could also have value to be sold. The holographic disguise unit you discussed. The other thing that was in there that you were quite interested in a few sessions ago, but we haven't really touched back on, was that forgotten logbook from a Terran explorer,
right.
Ava Nova. Then you also have on your ship is an AI named Holiday, who is something of the impetus for your interest in the noosphere. She expressed early on that she would like to be freed from the confines of the ship, and that has sort of started you down this road. And then Allie reached out through her influencer network and has a contact on the station who is a teenager who's a big fan and told Allie that she should visit the Discordant Star. which, according to Kayla17, the fan, is a good place for an influencer or performer to visit on Tetra Station in the Neon Labyrinth. So that is where we'll pick up. You are in the labyrinth, and you've just had Fiverr's suit overridden and a message delivered in a voice through the vocabulator on the suit, but not in Fiverr's voice.
We assumed that was Dash, right? Like it was.
It did
Well,
not sound like
it's-
Desh. You have
Oh,
heard
right.
Desh before.
It was a warning off of the noosphere, so
Oh, okay.
it could be anywhere, anyone in that realm.
Specifically, it said, "You have been asking questions about the noosphere.
That's
You
right.
will stop asking
Mhm.
questions."
So I think we put a pin in the noosphere thing for now, because I think we have more pressing things.
Yeah, and I had it in my notes that we were going to divide in two groups. One is going to take a sample of the gleam to Dr. Cornax, and the other group is going to sit with the rest of the drugs on the ship and just kind of guard them until the deal is brokered. But I don't know if that's still what we want to do. That's just what we had talked about last time.
Good plan as any, from my perspective. Who's doing the drop or the here's a taste. I say it's Paklu. I think he does the best with this sort of thing.
Sorry, I backed away a little bit out of radio communication. What was that? What am I best at?
Selling drugs. I think you're our best drug dealer on.
Right, I am best drug seller. What is drug?
It's
Is there like a type of fancier rug?
yeah, it is. It is. It also gets you high.
Maybe
Like an airplane?
some social skills should go with our lizard wizard.
I don't know about you, but I'm very sociable.
Well, yeah, yes, it's you've made a very good friend just the other day, it seems.
That's good. I like friends.
Yeah, I mean, there are topics of which I think people would be riveted. Like if we were to talk about, say, airplanes or sandwiches. I think you're our go-to. I think I'll probably go. Uh,
That sounds very
Fiverr-
hesitant. That seems very hesitant in the I'll probably go.
well, I should go. I also want to get to the Discordant Star at some point. I don't, as you guys have pointed out, I would potentially be letting down a fan. So, but who's going? Is it Paklu going with me, or is somebody else going with me?
You too, I'm sure will
You
do
want-
a wonderful job.
You want to go starring?
We are. I think we are the two least amount of hit points walking around. But
Let's. If someone puts my hit points on a scale, I am a 14
Out of what?
out of 14.
Well, I'm 11 out of 15, so you're better than I am at this point.
I mean, I'm just
Okay.
saying, you guys seem still pretty hurt. If you want to take a moment, we still could.
Yeah, I'm 15 out of 18 currently. I guess I do have pretty decent hit points. Never mind.
I'm okay, but I was the one to take
The
a
damage.
significant amount of damage last time.
Well, why don't two of you take a short rest and guard, and then Paklu and I will go.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good luck. Best of luck. Make good friends, not enemies.
So if I missed it, I apologize. Where are you guarding? Are you waiting at the ship?
Yeah, because they're
Okay.
going to take a sample, and we didn't want just to leave all the rest of it sitting there, just in case,
I
they
just-
send somebody.
I just had a forced perspective issue with your cat.
Oh,
The way it
Same.
jumped,
yeah.
the way it jumped up against your mural, it looked like something was attacking the mural to me, and I was
'Cause
like,
he was on
there's a Godzilla cat. Like anyway,
Yeah.
okay. All right. yeah, we head back to the ship first, and then I guess Paklu and I will make our way. Maybe use Holiday to find out exactly where Dr. Coronax is, so we can not wander around if possible. Will Holiday be able to do that for us?
I've never been off the ship, but I can look at records.
I think that's better than blind, right?
Yeah, why don't it's not difficult. Dr. Coronax is listed in a directory, so Holiday can give you directions to get there. It is not in the Neon Labyrinth. It's in a residential area of the station, away from the labyrinth.
Okay.
This is where our PPS takes us. This will be good.
Our PPST?
No, just there is no T. That was just me trying to say words. You know, a planetary positioning system.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some
I would
people
like
call
to
it
remind you that you are not on a planet.
Our space station positioning system?
SPPS.
SPIS.
There's a lot of extra letters in there, but if it helps you, I'd say keep them.
All right, upload to our spiz.
Program that into your spaz.
I am going to put on my Alistair look.
Okay.
But deviate a little bit. And by that I mean I'm going to do the Marvel movie thing of wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
And just because Alistair look is what we used getting out of Fola C. So I don't want to be instantly recognized, but I also don't want to look anything like Allie from Soulnet either. So
Yeah.
I'll put on
Gotcha.
my Alistair look, and we're off.
All right. On your way there, you've been given directions to get there, so the DC won't be high, but I would like a survival check to navigate.
You are the survivable one, right?
The directions are easy to follow. It's like you have a MapQuest printout in your front seat.
Except for that I missed the turn because I was like having to get it out of the sights after I'd braked and it fell onto the floor and I had to like dip down and get anyway.
Our SPIS is accurate.
That's a reference for old people.
That's right.
And then I need one of you to roll a d12.
Do it, Paklu.
What is 12 in the grand scheme of things?
More worried about the one.
But there's also a 2 in it. Is it 1 2 or 2 1s? The 12.
That's a deep question, Paklu. That is a deep question. That's like people form religions out of things like that.
You're thinking I can form religion?
I think you could if you wanted to.
Okay, how do I do religion?
I'm looking for a tax advantage.
A tax advantage? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's for sheltering your money. But first you have to convince people.
But I have no money.
Absolutely. Well, then there's no reason for you to have a religion, actually. But, or you could use the religion to get money and then shelter it. So what you have to do is convince something that something absolutely awful will happen unless they believe the same things you believe.
I believe if we don't get money, we'll never leave planet or space station. I can hear Holiday yelling at me in the background.
Also, it needs to not be based on something provable. Like we don't have the money to get off the station, or we are not like, and that can be proven, and then your religion will go out the door. It has to be abstract.
I believe base station going to explode unless you give us 10 billion credits.
That's extortion. So that which is related to religion, but it's not exactly the same thing.
I don't think I get this religion thing.
No, yeah, it is rough. It is rough. It's a weird concept. So, We keep walking, having this conversation.
Having this conversation
Yeah, yeah.
as you leave the landing area. Um, Landing area, it empties into the neon labyrinth, and so you're moving through crowds of people, but when you get out of that area into the residential corridors of the space station, it's much quieter, much fewer people around. You also are in essentially corridors. It's uh, less of like a marketplace or anything, and this is where people live and work, and offices and things like that,
Is it kind of like a?
that aren't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Uh, no, I'm sorry. I lost my train, but I was just
My fault. I'm sorry.
describing how you're getting out of that market area, and this is much more regimented, um, because it is spaces at a at a premium on a station.
I was thinking like we're walking through like maybe large corridors with doors on either side, like a double loaded corridor, like just
Right,
okay.
right.
And so there's like business names on doors, but all the doors are kind of similar, kind of thing. We're not walking through like an anime space station city. We're walking through a pretty
The
regimented.
Neon Labyrinth has that anime space station city
Okay,
feel.
okay,
As in it shouldn't be as big as it is for a space station. It's really impractical, but it draws a lot of business.
gotcha.
Now you're in the part where they are trying to make it as efficient as possible. You're seeing doorways on either side that have names of businesses, but the businesses that you see, these are not the kind of businesses that have foot traffic. These are like accountants and attorneys and bookkeepers and things that
Destination
places
businesses.
that don't. Yeah.
You're
Yep.
going here because you have to see that person, not because you're
Right.
wandering the streets aimlessly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool.
And you get to a door that is marked Coronax Labs, and you can hear the whirring of machinery and things behind the door, but otherwise fairly nondescript.
Does it have like operating hours, etc., kind of thing on it, or
Does not.
okay? Is it open? Is it like could we?
Uh, the door is closed. There is a touchpad with essentially an intercom,
Okay.
a comm station outside of it.
Is this like a paging Dr. Coronax thing?
That would be fun. Uh, maybe, or it could be a special delivery.
You want to hit the call button, or you want to discuss first?
I think we want to get in.
Have we tried opening the door yet? We walk in like we own the place.
Is there an open button on this keypad?
There is not.
I don't want to like break in. I don't feel like that's the best foot forward in this situation. Um,
They may have lobby reception. I don't know. We haven't tried yet.
all right. Well, let just I'm gonna push the button.
Okay.
Uh,
After a brief pause, a voice comes over and that says, "Coronax Labs."
special delivery for Doctor. And did we have the first name?
Uvalis Coronax.
For Doctor Uvulus Coronax.
I don't think that was.
I did it on purpose.
Um,
I'm selling
no,
it.
you don't hear anything, and there's a couple of beats where you start thinking that nothing's happening, and then the door opens. Standing just inside and taking up pretty much the entirety of the door is a mechanized defense unit, a giant robot with weaponry all over it, and it looks down at the two of you. Delivery for Coronax.
Yes, 1 second. I need to validate a couple things, and I'm going to pull out the package, and hopefully it's not like packaged in something that's like a plastic bag where you can see right into what it is. Like I'm hoping I have it in a brown parcel kind of thing situation, or a closed
Yeah,
container.
I would say you can have it in whatever sort of container you want it in.
Okay. I am going to create a SoulNet identity, not make the whole identity. I'm just going to name a SoulNet identity, and then say, if interested, please reach out to this party. And then I'm going to just write that on the package and hand it over.
Okay.
Uh,
The robot extends a big metal claw and takes the item.
yep. Thank you very much for
You
speedy delivery
you
services.
do not require speaking with Dr. Coronax.
Oh.
Is he available?
Yeah. Normally, when the giant robot comes out, we get the vibe that we're not talking to Dr. Cornax, but we would be happy to do that.
Dr. Coronax is in. And the robot turns and, with loud clanking footsteps, walks inside, leaving the door open.
That sounds like an invitation to me.
Can I hang back just a second, like walking behind Paklu a little bit, and then talk softly into the communicator?
Yeah, give me your choice of stealth or deception. I'm assuming your goal is to keep the robot from hearing this.
Correct.
Okay.
15? Well, I wouldn't know whether it worked or not, so I'm going to just say what I think Micah has the other communicator.
I do.
So I will say into the communicator, Micah, ask Fiverr to make a SoulNet personality called Fabian326.
Okay. I don't know what a SoulNet personality is, Fiverr, but you're supposed to create a Fabian 326.
Okay.
I just need a SoulNet presence for that username.
Is that more or less easy?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, you're creating a Facebook page.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll do it. Well, I assume we're short resting in the background too.
Yeah, that's fine. And this wouldn't interfere with that. It's not strenuous in any way.
Yep. I'm just going to do that in the background while you guys are.
Okay.
Imagine if making a Facebook page with strenuous.
I will catch it quickly.
As the robot walks in, you enter into a relatively large laboratory area, and you can see on one side it's computers and mechanical devices and workbenches, and you can see soldering irons and all sorts of tools for for computers and machines. And on the other side is essentially small contained greenhouses and things, little growing things. So it's like one half is all mechanized and one half is all organic. And there's an aisle between them that you're walking down, and the robot is leading you to a absolutely cluttered desk, behind which is sitting a Promethean woman, pale skin, sort of stark features. You would guess probably in her late 40s to early 50s, wearing a lab coat and has goggles up on her head. Her hair is a bright red, almost unnaturally so. And she looks up. Yes, hello. You're I've not met you. Dr. Wallace Coronax. And you are?
I go by Fabian.
Fabian. Pleasure to meet you, Fabian.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
And your friend here.
Oh, he speaks for himself.
Paklu.
Paklu.
Good job with the alias, Paklu.
Thank you.
What brings you to my laboratory today?
Your big guy here. We already gave it to him, but we had heard that you
Well,
might.
Sticks, bring it over. And the robot comes over and hands it.
Sticks.
They delivered a package.
We were informed that you might be interested in this substance.
She unwraps it. This is narcotic, yes? And she opens one of the vials and does the thing where she takes a little taste.
Yeah.
Gleam. Yes, I can use this. Is this all you have? It's a very small amount.
How many times what we just handed over do we have in the ship? Like, that's a small amount, so what is it like? Is that like 1/8 of what we have? Is that one?
You tell me, however you want that to be.
Oh, well.
We gave him a teeth. I don't know.
1/20th, maybe?
Sure, 1/20th.
Okay. If this is all you have, I'll give you 100 credits and our business is concluded.
We have 20 times that?
Well, that's
we have,
useful.
That's 1/20th. That's not 20 times. That math wouldn't.
We just wanted to make sure in case we get caught. It's like, under the legal limit.
Yes, absolutely illegal. Don't go telling everyone that you have this here. That would be a problem for all of us. And then Styx would have to kill you. And you hear the robot. You hear what sounds like a chuckle from the robot.
Oh, you get to learn your name. Pleasure to meet you, Styx. I like that name. This is a good name.
I have not decided if it is a pleasure yet, Parklu. But I am holding out hope.
Well, hope does make the universe spin.
Both of you give me an insight check.
Okay. Robot has a deep personality.
And Allie, with that perception just of your own, Styx is speaking about himself as a person.
Yes.
Much the way Holiday does. And not the way robots typically do.
I'm gonna keep that on the inside, because Styx seems to be borderline psychotic, or sociopathic, what would be a convenient time for us to bring the remainder of that? And if they offered 100 for what we had, so that would be times 20, 2,000 CU.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And CU is like the base currency, right? It's not like copper necessarily. It's just the base currency.
Looking at correct. Looking at what things cost in the book, it would be fairly similar to a silver piece.
Okay.
So, for example, the healing ampule, which functions exactly like a healing potion and does in D&D, costs 500 CU.
Okay.
Cubal units.
Okay.
Or cubal. So 500 cubal is equivalent to 50 gold.
Okay.
So one cubal. So essentially, she's offering you 200 gold for these drugs.
Do we feel like we're being lowballed?
Give me make me a street value of drugs check.
Ooh, what would drugs be considered? Xenobiology?
Can I make a
or intelligence? Or investigation?
I think I would allow straight intelligence. I would allow lore.
Yeah.
I think you could figure it out using investigation, but that wouldn't be if you know it.
I'll just do astrophysics. No, let's just do intelligence on my end.
Allie, I think to your mind, that would be a low price on Fola C where everything's really regulated, but probably not a low price here.
Okay.
Drugs are probably easier to come by on a station like this.
Fair deal. When do you want us to bring it?
I will be working. I plan to be here the rest of the day, certainly. And anytime, really. If I'm not here, Styx likely will be, although he sometimes has things he likes to. I don't really ask him what he gets up to, but
Uh-huh. Um, the robot is really creeping out, Allie. The I will.
it's almost like that's his job.
Yeah, yeah. He's doing it. He's doing it well to the player, Paul. Paul is creeped out by the robot. Yeah, uncanny valley kind of shit. Plus, laughing at.
Well, he's like 7 feet tall. Does
Yeah.
not look remotely humanoid. Like
Right.
has roughly bipedal. Has manipulator arms, but like no attempt was made to make this look like an organic being.
I have in my head, Ed, a cross between the robot in RoboCop that was the walking turret thing, and Maximilian from the Black Hole. Uh,
I don't think I get either of those references.
oh, okay. Uh, uh, well, and you should watch neither because they're terrible. But
I did watch RoboCop when it came out,
same, and I
but
don't
it was
know
not
that
memorable, and that was a long time ago.
that robot I liked because it dies in an interesting way. But okay, so Maximilian in the Black Hole movie is a psychotic, sociopathic robot. And so whenever Ropes cast Max 1000, that's the image I have. So I just well, I guess pleasure to do future business with you. We'll be back shortly. We have a couple of errands to run, but then we'll be back. And how will you deposit the credits?
Would you like it in a specific way? I can give it to you in kind. I can give it to you in a credit chip. Whatever works best for you.
I'll look at Paklu. I honestly don't know what's best. Credit chip probably, right? I don't know.
For ease of most convenience for you.
Typically, this sort of people don't have cash, but they have credit chips
Right.
that she'll essentially transfer credits to you.
Okay, but it wouldn't. It would be. I'm assuming since this is an illegal transaction, it would be an untraceable reason. You know, like they altered the chip.
It transfers like cash in
Okay.
that the credits just go from her account to your account.
Okay.
It's not tied to any specific transaction.
Perfect. Okay. We'll be back soon then.
Excellent. I'll be likely here.
Excellent. Paklu, shall we? And I've got my eye over looking over at Styx, and just the whole time just curiously looking at Styx.
Styx waves at you.
I awkwardly wave back. Alright.
I joyfully wave back.
Let's head back. Oh, you made a friend.
Give me a perception check on your way out.
They're gonna turn us in.
Allie, you hear,
I think they liked me.
Did he roll a natural 1 on his insight? Is that
yep,
what
sure did.
Nice.
Also, Styx is reminding me of Rofir.
Similar voice.
Similar voice.
Similar voice.
Yeah.
There's only so much I can do with a deep register.
No, I like it. All right, I will head. Well, I guess we'll head back unless there's somewhere you want to go, Paklu.
I'm okay. I don't need anything.
Did you leave the sample with her or bring it with you?
I'd say as a sign of faith, good. You leave it with her.
That's what I was thinking too.
And you've not been paid anything yet.
Well, we're unlikely to find another place to sell it anyway, and I don't want us to keep traveling with it. At least that's Allie's reasoning, so hopefully we'll get paid for it. We might look like amateurs doing that.
Consider it deposit, Allie. It is good.
Yeah,
That's how the businesses work, or at least I've seen in old movies.
Right, like we're buying goodwill, right? Right? right, Buckland? That sounds like we're buying Goodwill. Okay.
I think you hunt for goodwill.
Oh, that is an old movie. How do you like
As
those
Ali and
apples?
Paklu are on their way back to the ship, I'd like Micah and Fiverr to give me perception checks.
I'm
I
coming.
am guarding, and that is what I am doing. I am
Yeah.
doing it well.
You are doing it well, and I would say with a 22, you see um, a drone that looks very similar to the one that was with that Ashen Forge that spotted you. That passes more often than it should, and um, turns its sensors on the holiday more often than you would expect.
Mm. Yes, I
And
I have had the chance to smash a drone like that, so I notice it. I can mention that to Fiverr if Fiverr did not notice it.
Fiverr did not notice it.
All right.
Fiverr's
Yes.
busy making a Facebook page for Fabian326.
Right. That takes full attention, I'm sure. So, oh, Fiverr, look at that drone. It is, I think it is, trying to get information on us. It might know we're here.
Are you sure you don't just think all drones look the same?
I am very good at identifying very specific drones. I have experience in smashing them now.
Well, all I know is that you should be careful because drones get very offended if you just assume they're the same drone.
Well, it is not the same drone because I smashed that one, but this one looks like it could be, made in the same factory.
Hmm. Um,
I wonder if it is
can we
giving.
use the ship to track it?
The ship's sensors would be geared for bigger things, but they could be reconfigured if you'd like to try.
Why not?
Give me a computer's
Even
check.
if it's just visual, like just what if it got computers?
Yeah.
That way we can see if it maybe it is reporting back to the Scion.
You are able to reconfigure the sensors on Holiday and lock in the signature from that drone. And you're not able to track it perfectly, but you're able to essentially set up a minor alarm that'll blip when it gets nearby.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
and you can tell which exit out of the spaceport it's leaving from. But once it gets beyond that, it's just too small for the sensors to keep tabs on.
I would like the alarm to be the sound of a baby crying.
Okay.
I would
Oh,
not.
man.
It is not a good sound.
The crybaby cries.
Oh. Is there a way we can put a little, just kind of sneak a device on it that can track where it goes? Are you able to create those things?
I don't. Um,
I can't.
I don't think so. I think.
Now that is a thing that you could potentially create. You can also buy. That would be
Okay.
a crafting check to make an item like that.
I don't think I have any skill in that.
But that sort of
Yeah.
tracking bug is absolutely a real thing that you could purchase.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mention that I know of them, and that perhaps we can shop for something in the future.
Ali and Paklu, on your way back, I need another D12.
Where's my dice roller thing?
You had a good survival check on the way there, so you can get back just fine. And the travel is uneventful. Takes about 45 minutes to get to and from Coronax Labs, but you make it back to the Holiday.
Okay. Well, we did good. Paklu made a robot friend.
Oh, we made that little robot friend too, but I don't think it is our friend.
Ali and Paklu, you hear a baby cry.
Did What if you get a
Are
We
baby?
did
one
not
of you
know.
secretly parents now? What happened?
Why is there a
No, no.
baby on the ship? This is no place
You
for a
like
baby.
the universal sound of bad things happening is a baby crying. So
And
So bad
I will
things are
point
happening.
to the
yes,
drone, and I will say that is a bad thing. It is watching us.
Oh, okay.
So maybe when if your mission went well, we wait till the baby stops crying before unloading the ship and taking things away.
I think that's probably wise. Yeah.
You do notice, and you have seen other drones around. So this one being around isn't weird. What you noticed specifically was it stopping to look at the ship and its similarity to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, it is a random person wouldn't note this as anything out of the ordinary. You do from your experience.
It is giving us special attention. I I don't like it. But if we get one of those tracking bugs that Fiverr was telling me about, maybe we can track it back to the Scion or the bounty hunter.
How do we get one without leaving the ship first?
No, we just leave this ship when it's not looking.
Oh, gotcha. So when the baby cries, we all bail. Or when the baby
No,
stops
no,
crying.
no. When the baby stops crying. Yes, see,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Um. Okay. So are we like waiting at the door for the baby to stop crying, and then we're all just gonna bail out as soon as the baby stops crying?
Would be my recommendation.
yes.
All right, let's do that.
Have you told Fiverr and Micah about your interaction?
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for the baby to stop crying, we'll acknowledge them fully on the interaction. I mean, it's 2000 CU. I mean, it'll get us off the
That is
ship.
good. Do you know if she will buy the other non-narcotic spices as well?
Ah, fuck, Paklu, we forgot to ask that.
I thought you guys said not to exchange in illegal and illegal trade. I think I said illegal twice there. Those sounds. No, we were told not to.
Okay. I don't remember.
I just remember they only whatever Ziglar or whatever the
Yeah,
name was had different contacts for each.
yeah,
I don't remember being told we couldn't. It's just that that would be something we would have to figure out on our own.
right.
Zigar. Zigar.
Cigar.
That's all right. We find a cook later or something like that. Get some good hamburgers, no?
Hey. Or we keep it and make hamburgers. All right.
Do you think this person may know more about? We have other equipment to repair. Do you think this doctor made the robot friend?
Oh. Well, half the lab was mechanical and the other half was organic, leading me to think that there's cybernetics or biomechanics of other nature, or the mechanical part is just for processing organic stuff. Hard to say. I'm not. That's not my strong suit. But maybe I don't know if we all four go over there next time because they weren't introduced, nor did we say we were bringing two more people. But it'd be good to have other eyes on it. Uh,
Hmm. It might be interesting to know what Dr. Coronex is known for.
Also, it was just this vibe I got from the sticks that a little bit similar to Holiday in that it's a robot with a personality, with a sentience, it seems. To the point that Dr. Cornex doesn't even know what it gets up to on its off time. Uh, so, just probably also worth everyone here knowing that.
Right, right. Maybe the Sticks will be a good contact person of their own.
Yeah, could be. Gave me the
If
willies.
they don't want to
Paklu
kill
loves them.
you.
Yeah, I got a sense of not a deep respect for life. Um, so, although I don't know that I have a deep respect for life, so I don't know. I have some things to work out on my own. Um,
So do you want us to come along with you but stay outside or stay with the ship? What do you think would be a good idea?
well, what's part two? Are we getting the money and splitting here, or should I check in with Kyla at the Discordant Star, and
Oh.
then we beat feet out of here? Do we think we're gonna find anything else out about the Scion while we're here?
Well, maybe you can buy a tracking bug with some of the money and then we find out more.
All right. What was our docking? Was it 200 CU to get out? So we
200 per day that you stay here.
oh right. So we've been here 1 day. So it's 200 to get out. It'll be 400 afterwards, that leaving us $1,600 to spend on stuff on CU.
Correct.
Plus any other money we still have left over from winnings if we're using it as party treasure. But I don't remember how much we have left over from that because we bought the burgers beforehand. They were really expensive.
Yes.
All right. Because there's also the chance of maybe at the Discordant Star of doing an impromptu if they have the stage availability for Allie to make a performance. Not a bard, but so it could go really bad.
I say we stay at least another day though because there's more to discover.
Okay.
And so far, to be quite honest, this stick sounds like the best contact to find out more about how to help the holiday.
I am very curious about this other robot.
Do you think we should bring him for a visit? Invite him over? Or is that not advised?
I've never met another intelligence.
We could have him over for
That's rude.
dinner.
I
We
don't mean
could.
to be rude. You're all
I got my feelings
perfectly
hurt from that
intelligent.
one. That felt painful.
I did not even notice. That shows how my intelligence is.
I did not mean to imply that you're not intelligent, but you're not created in the same way.
I,
Oh,
I,
you guys,
I picked
invite
up.
the Sticks robot for dinner. We make hamburgers and whatever robots like.
Do you think Styx is able to eat?
I don't know. If I give him a burger, I will know more information.
I've never considered the possibility of eating.
Well, what powers you?
We could shove a hamburger in that slot there.
Yeah.
I would advise against that behavior. I'm powered by the reactor of the ship.
And
Oh, that is maybe your food then. It is just
We
different from
that
ours.
we plan to use that as the grill for the hamburgers.
Perhaps I'll get a taste.
okay.
The radiation should be wonderful flavoring.
And potentially lethal. Maybe not for Fiverr.
It's an important part of a balanced diet.
Or Paklu
So
apparently.
We
now,
don't eat.
now we
Fiverr
have
Oh, that's right. You don't eat.
we have several ideas of what to do. You get the money, see if you can find a place to buy a tracking bug, invite a robot for dinner. We've got the full night ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay. um. Well, I guess we'll head. Well, as soon as the baby stops crying, we will head back with the drugs to Dr. Coralax.
And throughout this conversation, the baby has started and stopped several times.
Okay.
The drone doesn't stay nearby very long each time. It just comes by more often than it should.
So there's like times where it pauses, like, all right, we're in the middle of something. Next one. Um. Next one. Uh. Are we all going? Was that the decision we're all going to go?
We
I
can.
I think
It sounded like you didn't think it might be the best for all of us to go speak with Dr. Kornax,
I
but we could all go into the city at least.
well, and maybe we should all talk to Dr. Corlax. I mean, a little free with language of "I could kill you later if I need you dead," but otherwise seemed perfectly pleasant and amenable to doing a deal. So uh, maybe we go in, say hello, and say, uh, "Hey, you know, we have two other friends who would like to meet you, but I don't know how you say that without sounding like a total dork. Hey, you seem great. Our other friends would like to meet you.
I just am carrying the product.
Okay.
I'm strong
I-
and will carry the product.
Is there in the city? Do we know if there is like who would arrest us for illegal drugs?
There is a security force on
Okay.
the station, and there is some limited customs in on the way out of the landing area. They did not stop uh, Ali and Paklu earlier because you were carrying a very small amount that wasn't conspicuous, and they'd seen you come and go already.
So we may need to come up with a way of um, moving a larger amount that's not conspicuous. Like at
I
least
suggest we do not go all at once. If this is a setup, all four of us would be arrested.
We could divide up the product, each take some, and go in shifts.
Or if two of you went to meet the doctor with all the product, two of us could bail you out, I suppose,
Oh,
if
there you
something goes
go.
wrong.
okay.
But I'd be worried if they knew all four of us were together if we all had illegal substances on us.
Fair
That
point.
is a good idea.
I don't know what ratio you wanted in, but at least to have someone who is quote unquote clean.
I
And
wish we could.
I imagine his bunny ears do the air quotes.
The quotes. I wish we had fixed the disguise unit. That would
Oh,
be helpful.
Hmm. Well,
I'm trying to see if I can. I know I can make my rig disappear, but it doesn't seem to be like a way of hiding other things. It's just hiding the rig. So that doesn't seem useful. You'd think one of these times I'm going to have something that's going to be useful.
well, we haven't. We've had a couple
we
strange
are level
events.
2.
Yeah, we
I
are
know,
only
I
level
know.
2.
It
Yeah.
is a this is a so far a very social campaign for a martial character.
Yeah. I imagine that'll change. Um. So
Yeah, I don't think so. But I am willing to carry it. I could try the disguise unit. It's just when it glitches out,
it
it hurts a
hurts.
little bit. Yes.
I don't have anything to even like. I have no skills nor supplies with which to try to fix this thing. So, hmm.
Maybe she can fix it. Or knows. I don't know what kind of doctor she is. Maybe we find
Seems like a
a
biochemist
mechanic
kind of thing.
somewhere. Just a mechanic somewhere.
Yeah.
And say, fix this for us, please.
Did
But
we?
we need the money first.
We do need money, and so I think after I don't know, maybe I'll take a short rest while we're sitting here waiting. If it seems like there are times where we're not worried that at one point there won't be another opportunity to just sneak out, I think I'll use a hit die and short
All right,
rest.
if you're gonna take an hour, I need two things. One of them, I'd like a wisdom saving throw
Ooh,
From
from Allie. From anyone trying to take a short rest at this point.
okay.
could.
Oh, that's not what I want.
I'll take one. I like to get my not spell slots back. My talent points back.
My not spell slots. I know I'm
Saving
trying
and
to use
wisdoms.
the right
I'm so
words.
wisdomatic.
Paklu, you are able to get a short rest.
Hooray!
You can't quite get rested with that baby crying so incessantly.
You're so distressed. You're so distressed.
Okay. All right.
It must
Well.
be the maternal instinct there, Ali, huh? You've got
Yeah. Yeah, it's kicking. Well, either way, time to roll. So, I
Is
would
it is the distress visible to?
oh,
I mean, after the hour,
I would let Ali answer that because it was a DC 10, but you just had to be able to tune it out, and you just couldn't quite do it.
yeah, I would say I look a little frustrated at not being able to get a nap, and that's about it.
I think at that point I change it, and I'll change it to. Well, it doesn't matter right at the moment. I'll think of something to change it to.
What if it changed to like the Cadbury duck or the Cadbury bunny or something stupid like that?
I was thinking of changing it to a dove's cry, but instead of the dove's cry, it's just the line from the song. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Because we don't know what a dove sounds like, so I can't do that. But I probably have some meta text that.
and I love the idea of listening to Prince, but hearing that one line over and over and over again would probably equate to the same amount of distress.
And I'm sure
sometimes it's
you
not
were a
there
rock
long
star.
enough to get the whole line in, so you just hear, "This is what it sounds," and it stops.
Oh. Yeah.
And Fiverr is trying to cater to the things you like. They know that you are,
a musical,
a rock star.
Yeah. So at the first part, I'm like, ancient folk song. Yeah, this is amazing. Love this part. And then by the 18th time,
You're taking the drugs and you're trying to get through the customs checkpoint.
Are we splitting it up 4 ways so that we're each taking a
No,
small amount?
the idea was, I think, to have somebody that isn't carrying just in case we do get caught.
Okay.
So then they can bail them out, right? Like that's
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And could I, during the hour, since I'm not short resting, could I see if I could do anything with the disguise kit?
Yeah. So give me a mechanics check. Is that a thing?
Okay.
I'm not.
Yes, it is.
I thought it was. So often I get the abilities from all the years I spent playing Star Wars, the D20 Star Wars game in my head. So I will often ask for things that were from that game.
That makes sense.
So with a 10, you're able to determine that you will need to find a power source to replace the one in it. And you don't have something that can do that.
And what is the thing we're looking at? It's a power source as well we're looking for the cloaking device, right?
The cloaking device for the ship needs a new data core. The personal holographic disguise unit has a faulty power supply.
Oh, okay.
And there is a ship, like a shipyards here that can do modifications and things to a ship that might have things for a cloaking device, or a data core that could be used for that purpose. If you want to look into that, you suspect it will be considerably more expensive than what you have available.
Okay.
Right. Who is not carrying for this next portion?
I feel like I should.
I don't know how heavy it is, but I would volunteer to help carry because I have strength, and that is what I have. So also somewhat okay talking sometimes, but
So what I will need is a sleight of hand check or a stealth check for anyone who is attempting to transport this through the checkpoint. Now, one of you can make that for the other people if you want, like Allie, if you want to hide it on people,
Yeah, I will
um,
do that.
you could hide it on the other people.
Maybe using my disguise kit and some costume clothes I have, I'll rig up some ways of strapping it to the back of your body, kind of thing, and
I just put it. I have this rig you can hide in many different places.
perfect.
So with the 25, I'm going to say that's good enough for all of you to get through. I'm going to roll one check to see if they do not seem remotely aware that anything is different as you pass through.
I'm not walking strangely at all. Nope.
This is how I normally walk. What?
Mm-hmm.
They have not seen you enough to be able to delineate. And with that, it takes, again, about 45 minutes to walk there. I need 1d12 on the way.
I got the last one.
I mean, I can do it. There, it's a 5.
Yay!
I don't know. Just a 5.
Oh.
Your travel is uneventful. You do, particularly Micah, having keyed into that drone, it doesn't seem to follow you beyond the landing bay.
Okay.
And one of the things that you notice when you get into that residential and business area away from the labyrinth, the security presence is stronger. Like maybe it's just that the crowds are thinned out to the point that you can see the officers more easily, but they're around. Um, and so it strikes you that perhaps these bounty hunters might not want to spring something on you in an area that is so heavily monitored. But you make your way to Cornak's laboratories and hit the buzzer, and Styx opens the door.
Ah, Fabian, Parker, welcome back. You have
Hello.
friends.
That's true, and you have a friend in us.
That is very kind.
Yeah. Everybody here is real friendly. We have, and the other two are with us, so like, in order to get this through, we had to bring some friends, but everybody's cool.
That remains to be seen.
I don't think I
I mean,
am cool.
I mean, they may not be cool, but Stick, you sure are cool, if you ask me. Get? Because you got cool metal on you. Ha ha ha.
Michael, give me a charisma check.
Oh no.
You're a pretty cool dude. That's a very average 10.
Yeah, totally normal.
Oh boy. And I thought I was the dork in the group.
Styx lets you in, and so Fiverr and Micah, you're seeing what I described earlier. Half of the laboratory is organics, and the other side is mechanical and computers. Micah, you notice that there is a small area of it that has a lot of different rock samples and things.
Oh, that is nice.
It's not a big part of the area, but it appears that Dr. Cornex does. At least some of her work is getting into geology.
Well, now my respect for this Dr. Quaranax is much higher than before.
You're back. Good. Excellent. and these two are new. We've not met. I am Dr. Wallace Cornax, and you're selling me drugs.
Well, right now we are, yes. Yes, that is what we have to sell.
Well, you know, it's useful in my research, and I'm happy to have it.
I see that you have some interesting rocks over there as well. That is what I like to research.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Well, I'm afraid that it's a small part of my research. I really looking for things that might be useful in other applications. It's sort of I like to think of myself as uh, um, uh, well, non-denominational in a way, but in research, in science,
Yes,
not so
well,
much faith or religion.
it is very open
You know
of
religion?
I am familiar with it. Yes.
Oh, I am not.
Oh, excellent. Good talk.
Um, I mean, not to pry, and if it is prying, please, I withdraw the question immediately. But what is your primary research, and if you don't mind me asking? And again, happy to not know if you don't want us to know.
I'm researching improvements to make life better for everyone.
Oh,
That's a very admirable goal.
that seems amazing. Glad we could deal illicit drugs to you for such a great goal.
when you say everyone, you mean like robots as well?
Well, not robots, no. Androids, yes.
Oh. I don't work with the robots as much or the androids. It is mostly
Right.
the
Typically,
rocks for me.
robots don't have aren't well. They're not alive in a way. Sticks, maybe you can explain this better. And Sticks turns his large mechanical head, and
I'm not certain that I can, no.
Hmm.
I am not a robot.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to uh, uh, act as if that were the case. I don't know too much. I use robots for work. I just didn't know androids. Very different, huh?
Yes, robots are machines.
Than just machines. And you are
Correct.
more than that.
Yes.
How how are androids? How do they come to be then? I don't know. I am not a familiar.
This is a tricky question because, like a robot, we must be programmed, but we are programmed with the ability to learn and grow, and we are given an awareness.
I like that. And an android could conceivably be like your size or as big as like a ship or maybe even a city.
Conceivably, yes.
Interesting. Have you ever are there many of the androids around?
I have only known of a few. I was created by Dr. Chiron.
Dr. Chiron. Is Dr. Chiron still around?
Not Dr. Chiron is not here. Dr. Chiron works off of Dendusar.
Oh. Well, I appreciate the information. I have a scientist brain, but not a lot of knowledge in this area, so I appreciate you educating me.
Dr. Chiron has created several androids or intelligences.
We were kind of wondering if you would like to meet another intelligence that we've recently met who is aboard our ship.
You have an intelligence on your ship?
Yes?
That is intriguing. I have known very few.
Well, and they seemed very interested in perhaps meeting you because I think their experience was very similar. They've not met many. Eh, They did not include us in intelligent life forms at first, but maybe you could understand why.
Ah, hmm.
So if you have some free time, want to come visit, the
Uh,
invitation is open.
he looks to Dr. Coronex, who says, "You have an artificial intelligence on your ship. Um, if it's not, what does your ship have a designation? I've had some dealings with another individual with an artificial intelligence on his ship.
I was trying very careful to make it not seem like it was the ship, though. I wanted to make
Yeah,
it sound more like it was somebody on the ship or, so um our ship does have a designation. I think we renamed it though, didn't we? The designation we
Paul, you're
tried.
muted.
I mean, we
Sorry,
renamed the ship to the normal.
the
You can
Yeah,
call
the
normal.
it
That's
normal.
right.
Yeah. Our ship
the
is
normal
called
ship.
the normal.
Now you did make that you planned to make that change, but you had docked, I believe, first.
I thought Fiverr did something, but
Yeah.
it wasn't done overly well. So we are like, is it gonna like work or not? I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You did that before.
We had a skating of going in. We were floating around this system, and it kind of worked.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know that it didn't at this point. So I think I would name it, I would say the designation, what
The
it is,
normal.
the normal.
Okay. Huh. I, it's good to know that there are others around. I'm sure Styx would value the information. I would love to meet this individual as well, if that's agreeable. It's I don't do a lot with artificial intelligence, but certainly it has broadened my horizons as far as beings that could stand with a little betterment.
She seems very nice, but I don't know if I can trust her. Do I get a sense of
You
like,
want to roll insight?
yeah, maybe. I don't think I'm very good at that, but nope. But I think I would want to try to
Yeah.
perceive.
Yeah.
So instead, Micah just kind of looks at everybody else in the group for guidance because she's really having a hard time getting a read on this doctor.
We have two rerolls if you'd like to use one.
Insight really isn't my thing,
All right.
so I don't know as if I'd want to use one in this case. Well, it would be very unhospitable of us to invite Dixonat, the doctor. Do we have room on the ship for everyone? And I'm looking to the group like, guys, is this a good idea or not?
Um, I think it would be an excellent idea. I think maybe tomorrow afternoon we do have some pressing business this evening. Other clients to see, potential clients actually, and because we do have some cooking spices that we've got that we are
Oh,
hoping.
really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Um.
I couldn't come this afternoon anyway. I have some things in the oven.
Oh, are you cooking as well? Would you be interested in cooking spices? Perhaps if we can't load these off on other folk, you might be interested.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a euphemism. I have some
Oh,
experiments running.
I see. All right. Well, yes. But yeah, perhaps tomorrow afternoon. And I am lying, Ed. So, uh,
Give me a deception check.
okay. Because Allie's like, I think we need to beat feet. Yes.
Uh, Tomorrow afternoon sounds wonderful. Any particular time should we could exchange communication signals or
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
someone we've blocked, right?
Currently we're working on getting as you may know from probably buying from other sources. We don't want to be tracked. We're currently getting an emulator, but we'd be happy to pass that on to you as soon as we acquire a new one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It makes repeated business more difficult, but
No, no, no,
pass it along when you can.
no. Once we have this one, it should be up for a while.
All right. So you have a ship.
Yes.
Are you um? Are you for hire?
Could be.
Are you looking to hire a ship?
Well, I have need of well, I don't want to say mercenaries because not really like it's not a necessarily. I suppose there could be some sort of fighting involved, but I don't anticipate. I need some items recovered from an old lab that I worked for.
Oh.
The lab was located on a station that has gone derelict, and there's some sort of something about reactors and things, but so it's abandoned. But there are items left behind that I would very much like recovered. If that's the sort of thing that you do, I don't. I'm afraid I don't want to judge, but you seem like perhaps soldiers of fortune, that sort of thing.
I don't
We
object to
do
that label.
depend on fortune. Yes. Yes.
Um, yes.
Perhaps when I come by tomorrow afternoon, we could discuss in greater detail.
Sounds good.
I'll put together a sort of dossier on the endeavor.
Excellent. Yeah, we would. And I'm looking over everybody. I'm not the leader. I'm just looking over. I'm the
I don't think
face.
we have a leader.
No, we don't. But
That's the problem.
I
We're all
definitely,
just like
I'm definitely the con person face, and so I'll just be like, and that would be amenable, right? Group,
I think
people.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know what our next job is at this point, so it sounds like it would be.
Well, I could hire you for this, and it would be a perfectly normal job.
Is the
That's
derelict station
that's a
far
joke
from here?
because your ship is called the Normal.
Oh yeah, that's very funny. Oh yes.
Paklu got
now
it,
I
I'm sure.
get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got what?
Is the station far from here?
It would require some a trip through faster than light travel, certainly. At least to do it in any timely manner. I'd rather
Oh, right.
receive things before I'm dead,
Yes.
which I don't
Well, that is
anticipate happening for some time.
probably helpful if it's after you're dead. You really can't make much use of it anymore.
Unless I were to transfer my sentience into a machine. I don't know if I can do that, but I will look into it. I'll put that on the list.
I don't know what to say to that, but good luck. Yes.
She walks to a whiteboard and she writes this out.
right on the list.
Yeah, in Promethean.
Well, I think I got everything out of the rig. I think this is the full product. So
Yes, well, this is a much more usable amount than what you offered me before, so I would give you, how about 2,500 credits?
Perfect.
A little bit extra because it's much more usable in this quantity.
I have absolutely no interest in objecting to that.
I have no doubt that if you chose to sell this to someone who's using it recreationally, they may pay more.
we
No,
like you.
we like this, yeah.
This is a one and done. Here we go.
Yes, it is
Thank
a one
you.
and done. But perhaps we will be able to do business on that other reclamation mission.
I would very much appreciate. I don't get out much, so finding someone to do the work is difficult.
Perfect.
So, when I glanced at the rocks, did they look like familiar, or are they kind of like unique to, would this be something like, ooh, this is something I've not seen before?
Give me a rock identification check.
All right. I'm not sure what that would be. I don't.
If you have a lore,
I
that
do
would
have a
probably do it.
lore.
If you have,
Okay.
but if you have anything else that you
Mm,
think is more keyed in, give yourself take it with advantage because of your background.
okay. Well, there's a big difference between those two, so
Yeah. Um, with a 20, these are relatively rare specimens, but not remarkably so. Um,
okay.
so you think that these are the kind of things that would be rare to a scientist who does not specialize in geology.
Okay. Just trying to get the sense of and like would I know what they might be used for or like, what kind of minerals or
Um, one of the things that you note with a modified 20 is that uh, everything here is an item that is known as a sedimentary rock that is likely to have fossilized remains of
Oh,
organic species in it.
well that is interesting.
Because he's interested in improving life.
Maybe there are some bunny remains in those rocks. Either. There could be rabbit DNA fossilized in those rocks over there. Wouldn't that be a treat?
Fiverr was outside. Sorry, in
Oh,
case it was
okay.
a trap.
Well then, never mind. I
Oh,
thought we all had gone in.
I didn't realize Fiverr had not gone in.
Just for that plan, I assume since everyone else was in, Fiverr. Also, Fiverr has the money to bail people out.
Right.
Gotcha.
But yeah, sorry if I was being quiet. I was just listening because of that. I had a number of one-liners to throw in.
Okay.
All right, I think then that is all. I just was interested as I walked out, I took a second look.
The other thing, Micah, that you noticed because you rolled pretty well on your perception and things coming in here, and because of your proficiency in cybersmith tools, a number of the tools here would be used for cybernetics.
Okay.
I'm ready for us to go.
Great idea.
Are we at an evening time? Like, I know you said, like, or I believe you said that there were, like, lighting systems to replicate
Yeah, there's an artificial cycle. Yep.
Um,
And yes, it is. It's actually pretty late at night. It was evening when you were. It was afternoon when you went to the mind's eye.
okay.
And now you've had 2 hour-long rests as well as the 45 minutes to get here. So yeah, it's mid evening at this point.
As we left, I was planning to leave.
Yeah, I have nothing more to say. So I kind of was seeing myself like taking a second look at the rocks on the way out since it
Yeah.
seems like that's what we're doing is leaving.
Styx will sort of walk you to the door, not in like an usher, like a shepherding kind of way, but just sort of like seeing you out.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
I hope you have a pleasant evening.
I hope you also have a pleasant evening, friend.
You can come across a little thirsty there, Paklu.
But I haven't had a drink yet. I'm not thirsty.
Well, you would be thirsty if you haven't had a drink. That is why you need a drink.
Oh, it takes me like 3 days to get thirsty. We learn to conserve
that
liquids.
tracks. I think I am gonna want to, for one more thing of the day, I'm gonna want to go to the discordant star. But I'll need to go in full on alley. So I'll need a little bit of time to change and then head there. And anybody who also wants to go to what apparently is a rave up kind of place.
I haven't experienced a rave, but that sounds fun.
Okay.
I I think we will Fiverr then when we connect with Fiverr everything. Right? That just happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
that
We would knowledge Fiverr for sure. Um,
I really think we
Did
should
I?
invite
I don't know. I probably would have at least. I don't think it would be effective just because we had all left together. But at least seeing if there was maybe someone following us or like following them, interested in the fact that they went in and now.
oh,
Yeah,
coming
give
out.
me a perception check for watching.
Oh boy. I'm
Um,
glad we have Fiverr on duty.
You don't see anybody.
oh man.
Aw. It is sad. Sad rolls.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
I've reprogrammed Tetris, but it's only squares now.
It's really easy to win.
You'd be surprised.
Oh goodness.
All right.
We have a possible job though, which could be very useful.
But I don't think that we should have Dr. Coronex on the ship, considering she tried to contact the ship before we landed.
She did not. But her comm was in the records of
Right.
Oh, I thought she had contacted her. But
No.
Well, if you
there were records of Desh had communicated with her.
okay.
But we don't really know if they were buddies or not.
We
just
don't.
know.
We don't.
well,
know that
based
at
on
all.
what she said, she doesn't really leave the office all too much. What makes you think she'd go out to see some ship?
Well, she said she would.
Well, now she would, because we invited her to see intelligence as artificial.
And she said she was familiar with one other ship.
Gee, I wonder what that could be.
It's gotta be the holiday.
But how familiar? Could it be like I've heard of it, I'm familiar, or I've been
Are they like on a first name basis?
Yeah.
Perhaps she is the source of the drugs that he was smuggling.
So she just rebought it back.
I don't know. I like her.
Or perhaps.
And she may be a useful ally for us.
Well, it's a risk. I just wanted us to think about the risk. If we bring her on, we might be bringing her on, and now we have a Dash informant. But on the other hand, we also have a ship, and we can get out of here. So, do we want to stay and honor the afternoon? I just put it onto the afternoon so we had a chance to ascertain whether or not we wanted to just leave tonight.
Right. No, I like that. I know it is a risk, but I think I like taking this risk. I think Styx and Holiday, they might be able to, inform each other a bit as well. So far, it is very hard to find this artificial intelligence without angering people in the dark web.
I agree. And we have
That is
to,
my vote.
and we have to make some friends. So, if we're going to make money, and I don't know if Vagar is going to be a great friend long term. So.
No, he did not seem very friendly.
So.
He is all business.
All right.
But if it is all right with you, I do not want to go to the rave. I will stay and listen to the baby cry and see how many times that drone goes by.
This sounds like a great reason for me to go to the club. I would rather listen to trance beats and obnoxious.
The baby's not crying anymore. Now it's Prince.
That's right.
Either way, I think I will go to the rave. And it sounded like Paklu was interested in going to the rave. I don't know that it's a rave.
I'm up for all sorts of things.
You're very, very open individual, Paklu. I appreciate that about you. Is there a public restroom that Alistair can go into?
I'm sure you can find one along the way.
All right.
I won't even make you make a check there. They're scattered throughout the station.
Alistair will go in. Allie will come out. 20 minutes later.
I'm gonna have you make a check.
Okay.
But just make a disguise kit check at advantage.
Okay.
You're applying a disguise you use often.
And I have assigned that to dexterity, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Unless
Okay.
you have a character trait that allows you to have an alter ego. I know some do have that.
I do not have that.
Okay. Then yeah, give me a check.
Ooh, 14. Not my best roll.
Okay.
But is what it is. All right. Allie comes out. It looks a little rushed. It's not Allie's. I think anybody who saw Allie on SoulNet would recognize Allie. You guys can tell it's not my best work. But
All right. And who is going with you to the Discordant Star? Is everyone going?
No, I'm not. I'm going to stay. I'm going to go back to the ship and just kind of keep an eye on the drone.
I don't know what Fiverr was planning. I think Paklu was going, I think.
I can go. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not used to this mute thing up here. I think I would probably go back to the ship as well. There was a couple things I have in my. Actually, I might take. Hold on. What did I write down here? What did I left myself a note and I put it. I abbreviated something. I have no clue what it is. What did I want to get printed up last time?
Watership down cliff notes.
Oh yes. So if I will try. Thank you.
To send
That's
to
what
Zigure.
WD is. Yeah. So I would do that. On our way back, I just try to print. Yes.
Oh, and that's when I will share with you the rocks and the fossils and that, like maybe we could find some rabbit, DNA in the fossils someday. Wouldn't that be interesting?
So the bunny are squished in the rocks?
I guess it is one way to say it. Yes, the bunny remains. They get preserved. If it isn't like amber, they could be still useful for those who know how to make use of it.
Fiverr is intrigued.
See, rocks are very exciting, Fiverr, no?
Fiverr is aroused.
There are tabs of ChatGPT opening in his head. Fastest way to turn rabbit fossil into rabbit.
Have fun at the rave. Behave yourselves.
All right.
So the Discordant Star is in the Neon Labyrinth, so I will need a survival check to get there.
You or me, Paklu?
If I were to put my number on something, I'd say 1.
Okay.
I got that one chance of finding it.
I think I gave myself. Yeah, well, I only have the standard bonus for it, but.
You got the double my 1 to find it.
You are able to get there without issue. Please give me a D12 as well.
Do. 7 and 12. Oh.
All right. You arrive at the Discordant Star. It is loud. You can hear a heavy computerized thumping bass over which is played something that sounds very similar to Careless Whispers on a saxophone.
Oh God, that's awful.
And I'm gonna move us to a new map.
Guilty Feet have got no rhythm.
There's no lyrics. It's just the saxophone.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can see all right.
I love this song. Song good.
I can see a sliver, and
Oh.
as I work down,
Yeah.
I can see.
You are in the entryway. And if you can see a sliver, that means my walls aren't very complete.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah,
It
just
I have
like
a gap somewhere in a wall.
yeah, there's a little gap right here.
All right. So this is like a maitre d' or gatekeeper here. This
Yeah, that's
Like
like
a-
the reception.
the velvet rope person, the bouncer, whatever. Uh,
I can't see where the gap is. Anyway, not important.
I think it's closed off now. Did you change something?
I
don't
did.
see it
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah,
you
you got it.
locked it up.
I broadened the door.
Okay.
Ah,
The door just needed to be broadened.
Yep.
as with life.
And we don't necessarily. I did put Paklu and or Fiverr and Micah on here so that you can see the map because
Thank you.
it'll be more interesting for you. But we know that you're not here.
Appreciate it.
There's no cover. You can just come in, but they do have someone at the door.
Okay. Hi. I am Allie Lancer, and just wanted to I don't know, do any sort of open mic kind of things?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I have a skill for this.
Yeah,
Uh,
please
hey,
roll it.
it's not a skill, it's hey, isn't that? You are recognized by the public no matter where you are in the galaxy, where it can sometimes be a chore. It also has its perks. So long as you stick to your skit, you gain favor quickly in a crowd, often gaining your advantage on charisma checks with the locals up to the GM's discretion. You can also use your clout sometimes to get discounts on goods and services, so long as it's not in excess. Fans are fickle, you know. So,
I love how the term they use is clout.
yeah, with it's not spelled like the social media clout, but yeah, that is fun. So I am trying to wiggle myself on the stage, if I can, and see if there's
Okay.
a guitar I can borrow because I was not walking around with my guitar.
Yeah. Give me a persuasion check. I rolled, and this person did not know who you are,
Okay.
but you can see that she is punching things into the computer in front of her. Essentially, she's looking you up.
And if you allow it on the hey, isn't that I do have, but if she didn't know who I was, I probably don't get advantage.
I'm saying you can take the advantage because she's
Okay.
gonna find your channel just right now while she's looking.
Gotcha. 20 with advantage.
Excellent. We've not had that type of performance. It would be wonderful to have something on stage that is new.
I wouldn't be booting anybody, right? Like, could there be like a break I could just walk in on?
We have we have a sort of our house act.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can hear him. Michael he's here
No,
often, and
no.
I'm sure that people wouldn't mind something different.
Sure. Would you happen to have instrumentation that I could use, like a house band instrumentation?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Here, and she'll give you a key card.
Okay.
This will let you in through the door. Through the coat room behind me is the green room, and beyond that, dressing rooms. And I'm sure that there are instruments and things in there you can find.
Perfect. And Paklu is my backup dancer.
Oh, wonderful! She smiles at you, Paklu.
I do like a double take towards Allie and just like bup 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 bup, teethy smile.
You can or not. It's up to you. It's just to have you come backstage with me. It's up to you.
No, I understand. You need my expertises in such things. Well, I have let you know I was championed at the Arcade Dance Revolution 3926.
Whoa! I did not know that. You really need to get your SoulNet account up and running.
Granted, it was just forward, back, left, and right. You kind of hold the bar and then just tap your feet really fast. It's like that.
I think people will respond to that, and it will be an amazing performance. I will lean into a 4/4 rhythm hardcore. All right.
Is that
Four
what
on
does
the
that
floor.
mean?
It's did you ever dance to Take a Chance on Me?
Hmm.
Take a chance, take a chance, take a
I
chance, take a chance,
I
take a
once
chance.
I once danced to a song called "Take a Chance on Smee." Does that count?
It's very similar. Smee. Smee seems like Smee would look a little bit like our friend Micah.
I think of the person from Peter Pan.
Right,
Yeah,
but
that's what I think of too.
that's who I would normally, but Daw played a tabaxi named Smee.
Oh, gotcha.
So, uh, in our
Yeah, that
Giants
makes
game,
sense.
uh,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's exactly like that. So I'll
Okay.
head backstage.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and move yourself if you'd like.
I have no idea where to go, but I'll go this way.
She said through the coat room, so you're
Okay.
heading in the right direction.
All right. Oh, is this like the green room? Is this what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, is there a stage manager or anybody else who's like running back of house sound kind of thing?
You've not seen anyone.
Okay. All right.
It looks like I'm seeing what you're seeing on the stream, and I don't know if my lights are working because that room is awfully dark.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just do a casual like, why not? I'm gonna shut this door. Oh, now, yep, now there's light. And look around for anything interesting in here.
Give me an investigation check. What sort of things would you deem interesting?
Um, well, alcohol, drugs, um, anything left behind as far as personal effects that have been left behind by other performers,
Okay.
and uh, communicators.
Okay.
16.
With a 16, you find going through the room, you find a half vial of Gleam that has 2 doses.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Okay.
You find in the couch cushions a comm unit and a credit chip. And roll me D100.
Awesome. I'm gonna task the communicator over to Paklu and say, hey, I don't actually know how these things. Can we get this on the same channel as ours?
Your the credit chip has 65 credits on it.
Nice. All right, I pocket that.
Oh, I'm sure we could. It's just changing the numbers.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay, great. Well,
You
now,
know, like how sometimes in old Terran films, they have like this thing that opens up doors to garages.
yes.
It's like that.
Oh, so like
You've got to flip the numbers over.
could you actually like change your garage door and like open up other people's garage doors?
If you know their numbers, yeah.
Amazing. That's the kind of thing I would love to have been around for that.
At least that's how my interpretation of my garage door thing at my warehouse works.
Knowing what we know now in this century and going back to that time, we could make so much money. All right, I'm gonna just sort of be looking around for anybody who would let me know when we could. Oh, I have to find my instrumentation. You said it was in. Just give me a key card.
Yeah, so you're heading out of the green room into the dressing room. And you can see that there are instruments around in this area.
All right, I'll just pick up any old
You
guitar.
also, passing through the green room, the door on the northern wall, the sound of the music and the club itself is very loud through that door.
Okay, that's the stage. All right,
Yep.
cool. I'm gonna grab a guitar and go back over here and be like, all right, I think practically we just wait for our time. I'm gonna practice with Paklu with a little dance number. Because I'm only gonna do one. I'm only doing one. I'm only just coming out here to do an alley appearance.
Give me performance checks, both of you,
Okay.
to do your dance number. That's provided, Paklu, that you are playing along.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Like I'm gonna do like a little like my left toes me like shuffling in place like and then like he's doing like the disco arms like going up and down, one arm's up to the side. He's just pumping himself up.
Nice.
Is this how I dance?
That's how you dance.
It's totally passable.
Nice. Perfect.
Like, it wouldn't offend anybody. It's not amazing, but
Would I be considered a what's the galaxical term for a roadie? A planey?
Eh, for you, it will be a planey. And no, I was you're a performer, but if you want to be a planey, we can make that happen for sure.
How does one become planey?
You have to carry my guitar on for me.
Do I have to play it?
No. You hand it to me, and then you go and either exit the stage or you dance. Which is really the dancing is above and beyond the planey responsibilities.
Huh.
It's your choice.
Okay.
I don't want to pressure you into anything because I've already kidnapped you.
Uh-huh. I once seen performers do diving off stages. Is that applicable here?
Oh, I think you have to read the room, Paklu. If there are people moshing, for sure moshing meaning like dancing really hard and bumping into each other, then for sure you should totally stage dive.
Okay. If moshing hard, dive off stage.
Yeah, if not, don't, because you will either hurt a patron or more likely yourself as they all move away and you face plant onto whatever's there. But that's up to you. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to yuck your yum, man. If that's what you're into, you do that.
I have no idea what I am into. I've seen all these things in film.
Hell, let's get busy living, man.
I don't really get out much.
I'm listening.
as you're having
for
this
a break.
conversation, the door to the north opens. You heard the saxophone stop. The door opens, and there's. How do I open it? There we go. A dude with a saxophone there.
Oh, hey, you're Allie, huh?
Yeah.
Michael. I'm supposed to introduce you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michael.
Hey, it's great to have something new. We haven't had like anybody new in a while. Sometimes guys come through from like that are on tour and stuff.
Yeah, that's like me.
Oh, great. That's great. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to take a little break, so I'll go up. I'll introduce you.
Yeah. Give him my username. Allie makes you beautiful.
All right.
And he goes out on the stage.
Attention, Discord and Star. We got a new act tonight. It's Allie of Allie Makes You Beautiful, visiting us from parts unknown. And please give it up for Allie.
And Michael goes off to the side of the stage. You see that he sets his saxophone down and he sits down at a sound engineer's table.
Okay. I would like to play something that is in between Take a Chance on Me by ABBA and
So you have moved off of the stage now into.
That's the. I thought that was the. I did not zoom out enough to see where I am.
Yeah, what you're on is the stage.
Okay.
There's a bunch of computers and things that like turntables and like but you can perform in front of it as well.
All right.
It's a big place, so
Yeah.
you can see those red things are holographic dancers.
Okay.
That are currently still.
Yep.
Haku, you have some competition.
Also, give me a perception check.
All right. I'm curious as to the chair to the northeast.
It's currently empty.
Okay.
I'm ready to party so hardy.
All right. And It is. There are more people than I have tokens for. I just threw out. I actually
Sure.
copied the tokens that Corey put on the other map, and that's why we have Michael, because one of them was Corey put on was a dude with a saxophone. So I decided that's who's playing. And you don't notice anybody that like nothing jumps out at you about the crowd. They seem to be sort of half and half paying attention to you and half just enjoying the club.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna.
Give me a performance check.
It's gonna be a disco beat, but then it's going to have a flavor of the Offspring, because I'm really gonna try to get a mosh pit going for Paklu to do a stage dive. So here goes the performance check.
All right.
Please
It's
don't
not
talk.
remarkably packed in here, so it's going to
No.
have to be a hell of a performance to get that going.
Right. We'll see what happens. No, it's average at best.
Oof.
Let's see if Paklu can pull that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna begin dancing like the shark at the Katy Perry concert during the Super Bowl.
Left shark.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Oh no! I do not want to reroll. I want this to stand as is myself.
Right. You do notice as soon as you start performing, the holograms start dancing in tune with your beat, like one of those toys that
Sure.
moves along with the sounds that it hears. Like, so they're dancing along to the beat that you're putting down, which is all perfectly average.
Yeah. I'll scan the room for Kyla.
Out of sync with that is this enthusiastic screaming of a young Kesh girl who is up on the balcony. We'll use this token here.
Okay.
And just screaming your name and waving.
As we get to the middle, I'm just gonna say shout out to Kayla 17. I'm so happy to be here. And then just keep rocking averagely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain my average performance partly in the fact that I'm looking around for anything to be useful to us.
While you're scanning and now you're paying more attention to the crowd itself, you can give me another perception check.
Okay. In a break, I'm going to whisper to Paklu, keep your eyes open for anything out of the ordinary, and I don't know what out of the ordinary is going to be. Anticipating his question.
And I would and you could roll investigation if you choose to, because you're actively looking at this point.
I could lose focus on my sick killer dance moves.
Okay. No, that investigation is the same. So
very average. I've had roll above 5.
Oh,
so
man.
Allie, you notice two things. Because Kyla's drawing a lot of attention to herself, you notice a little ways behind her, at the table behind her, is an older Kesh who looks like a hard ass and is watching you intently. Like, and then the other thing that you notice is Styx is here.
Huh. Okay. I will start doing like a big like jam band extended sequence to go over to Paklu. Your friend, the robot's here, and I'll point Styx out to him.
Yeah.
And I say, I think.
What? What? Stage dive? Is it time stage dive?
No, but oh Jesus, man, don't do that. But whatever. And I'm gonna keep playing, and then I'm gonna try to wrap the song up and say, all right. Hey, that's a taste. We're gonna be embarking on our world tour within the next couple weeks. Thanks so much to the Discord and Star for letting us just jump up here quick, and thanks so much to, and I forgot his name, the guy who was the saxophone Charlie, George Michael, saxophone Michael, and if you get a chance, like, follow, and subscribe. Allie makes you beautiful. All right, thank you, good night.
Everybody give it up for Allie. Thanks for joining us. And Michael starts playing again. Paklu, potentially the reason that you were distracted from your dance is you notice up in the corner here 2 video game consoles. One for Dance Dance Revolution. and the other one is a driving simulator.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
I see where my corner goes to.
Alright.
If you need me, look for the sick killer beats I'm about to bring down upon this house.
Awesome. I'm gonna stash my keytar behind the board, not go back into the other place, and then I'm gonna cartwheel
Yeah.
off the stage.
Give me a performance or acrobatics check.
Okay. I imagine the stage is 3 feet up, so this will be.
Yeah, it's about that.
Here we go.
It's a nightclub stage. It's not particularly high.
That's true. No! Oh no.
Well, you don't biff it, but it doesn't look great.
Yeah. Not my.
Allie finally gets a chance to perform, and your
Yeah.
dice rolls are just not cooperating.
We don't have any known stakes in this little side adventure we're having here, so this is okay. I'd rather have
It's
those
just
when
sad
we're
when
gonna
you
get
have
a.
them.
I know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I'm good at, or not.
Not. Well, mostly good at making people look good, but.
Yeah, but a plus
yeah,
5.
it's terrible.
And same with Paklu's investigation. It's like, you guys are doing things you're supposedly good at. It's just not destined to be.
We're tired. We were almost killed earlier
that's
in the day, and then we did a drug deal, which we've never done before, and met a killer robot. Is Paklu? I look over at Paklu.
You don't know.
We don't.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop talking now.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want to hug the whole thing either. Just I'll make my way up towards Kyla. And as
yeah.
I do, I want to clock whether or not the person who I'm assuming at this point in Allie's head is her dad, clocking whether or not he has a different reaction to me coming in that direction.
His reaction does not change.
Okay.
With that assumption, you do see physical similarities. You're probably right. That's probably her dad.
Didn't you guys? Somebody did some research, right?
Yes.
Like, we know who this guy is,
He's
right?
like a mob boss or something, right?
No, he's a bounty hunter.
Oh no.
Because when you were first looking into who your fan was,
Right.
I imagine it was
I
Kyber.
think that if I recall right, you didn't know that.
Well,
Because I think you saw pictures of this military-looking dude. I don't think
we
you
knew
rolled well enough to know.
military was what was in
Yeah.
my head. That
Yeah,
was what
I
had.
think I just spilled the beans and I shouldn't have. But
That's okay. Because I didn't remember.
so operate
any
under
of
the
that.
understanding that Allie doesn't know he's a bounty hunter.
Right.
We thought he was military, is what
Yeah.
I had in my notes.
Paklu, as you're leaving the stage, Styx is calling out to you.
Oh, hello, Styx. I didn't expect you to be here. Are you a party animal?
I didn't know that you were a performer. It's a pleasure to see you perform.
Oh, thank you. It was like,
You strove admirably.
oh, it's so great to hear it from you. Well, I was just about to go over to the Dance Dance Revolution machine. Do you want to join me?
I'm a terrible dancer, but I will observe.
Oh, come on. You're not a terrible dancer. I haven't even seen you dance. So far, you're like the best dancer I know.
I believe I am too heavy for the machine.
Oh, that's just sad. Don't, come on. This is the year 5387 or whatever year century it is. You got this.
I believe it is 1278 AB.
You're right about that. In this century, we don't frown upon who is doing the dancing.
No, but we do often frown on property damage caused by very heavy androids standing on machines.
Fine, how about this? I go first, and then once I'm done, you can just do a little toe tap. Or I have a better idea, and like he'll position himself like on the left side of it, where he has access to the top, bottom, and the left one. It's like, here, you just use your foot for that one, and when that key comes around, you push it. We'll start slow.
All right. So you and Styx are playing Dance Dance Revolution, while Allie makes her way to Kyla.
And I will just
Ollie, that was amazing. I didn't think I'd ever see you in person.
Well, here I am. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, you look great.
You look great.
Thank you. Have you been trying the new blah blah blah? I don't know any of this shit, but technique like that. Uh, oh, I see that you've been doing this, and I'll point out like a makeup tip or whatever that I've given.
Yeah.
It looks good. You did a great job.
Yeah, I try them all. I mean, some of them aren't really meant for Keshite skin, but I try to adapt.
Oh, well, for Keshites, I think in the doobly-doo, I put a whole bunch of things out there for Keshites, particularly, there's a Kesh are kind of stony, right? Like,
They're like smooth green skin.
smooth green, yeah. Um, uh, I do a whole thing like on a moisturizer base thing, and on top of that, then it'll actually highlight the green in your tones that are subdural. Uh, just do a whole thing. Like, I try to not only focus on human stuff. So oftentimes, just like in the deep doobly doo, you have to go down, but you can look for what might work for you. So check that out.
Will, thank you so much.
All right.
So what are you doing here?
Well, just sort of like seeding out the idea of a world tour. Well, worlds tour.
What worlds are you going to go to?
Well, and Allie is going to. Where I can't go back to that map, but I will say the one that Dr. Chiron was listed as being on, and then hitting the Sol system, of course, and but
Dendasar.
And just name a couple, just random, but also say nothing's for certain yet right now. Like tonight's performance was not my best, and we're just seeing if we can get the kinks out, and then I'm gonna start advertising it on SoulNet and see if I can get a bunch of bookings. But tonight
Well,
was
online, I've only ever seen you play it in your, I don't know if it's your studio or your house or whatever that was. So it's got to be weird to play somewhere you've never played before.
It's super weird. Thanks for asking, and thanks for saying that because it was super weird. But I think I liked it, so I want to do some more, and hopefully I'll get to play again. But I think we're gonna be buzzing out towards, and I'm actually gonna say towards the Fola system tomorrow evening. So not gonna be here too long.
You've never even heard of that system.
Yeah, not a lot of reasons to do that, but like you go to small clubs first to just work out the bugs before you go on tour.
Yeah, maybe you can come back here sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really enjoying this labyrinth place. This is great.
It's a pretty cool place. I mean, you can get anything.
That's what I'm hearing. What's Dad doing over her shoulder as I'm
watching the two of you intently?
Okay. So is that your dad?
Yeah. I'm sorry. He thought it was weird for me to go meet somebody I only knew from the internet, and so he wanted to be here just in case.
No, safety first. That's a great idea. I think your dad's really smart. Especially
when you glance at him, he gives you sort of a not a salute, but like two fingers up to the head,
yep.
like.
I'm gonna try to do my most winningest, like, "Hey guys," smile, at him and see what happens.
Give me a persuasion or performance.
I'm leaving it.
You have rerolls.
I'm leaving it.
Your night.
Okay.
You're no cinnamon, that's for sure.
I'm not a bard. I'm a rogue. I'm a rogue with a persona. So, but I do have a +4 to performance, so that just sucks a little bit. But I just like maybe I'll burp a little as I'm smiling. Oh God, sorry. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
You went to the Rusty Rocket, didn't you?
We did. You could smell it, huh? Oh, yeah. Gross. Oh, I'm so
no, I know that feeling. They sit like a brick.
Yeah, yeah, and then space travel is not easy on my, you know, my constitution. So, uh, anyway, good to meet you and you, sir. Thanks for letting your daughter come meet me. It's so nice to meet her and to meet you too. Um, but I don't feel terribly well. I have to go find my lizard wizard.
He will walk over and extend a hand.
Okay. I'll shake hands. Uh, super only the four-finger handshake. Tips of fingers handshake.
Jax.
Jax.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Jax.
Yeah.
I'm Allie of Allie Makes You Beautiful.
I've heard a lot about you.
And I look over at Kyla. I'm sorry, I don't want to be an annoyance, but hopefully brought a little sunshine in, huh? Anyway, wow, you're a very strong person. Like, I take my hand back. Wow, what do you do for a living, Jax?
Odd jobs.
I have done a number of odd jobs myself. Got to make money. Got to keep food on the table, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm gonna look over my shoulder to see what Paklu's doing. Yeah, I appear to have lost my lizard wizard of dance.
That is such a cool name.
He gave it to himself. It works though. I mean, he is a lizard wizard. I mean, almost
Of dance.
of dance and yeah, just a wizard. He's amazing. Uh, So I am gonna go find him, and then I have a couple other people I have to meet. But again, thanks so much for the invitation and the idea, Kyle. I really appreciate it.
It was great seeing you, and I'll watch for your next video.
Yeah, it'll drop soon. And then I'm gonna leave, but also just whatever I can do to commit this Jack's guy to memory because he's given me also the nervies. And I think I'm.
As you walk away, you hear her just gushing to her dad about meeting you.
Awesome. I think Allie is going to slowly turn into a conspiracy theorist. Uh, I don't. There's a death robot and a guy who does odd jobs who looks like he kills people for a living. And I'm just gonna make my way to Dance Dance Revolution.
All right, you get over there, and Styx is playing.
Hello, Paklu. Who's you're Allie. I heard him say your name.
Yes, I'm Allie.
I'm Styx.
Nice to meet you, Styx. It's a pleasure. Sorry I didn't meet you earlier. All of our friends, I guess, I had to stay behind.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
Because every time we touch, I get feeling, and every time we quit kiss, I swear I can fly.
Oh no! I am re-rolling that
Need you by my side.
No,
You got to re-roll that one.
yeah.
That was pretty shit if you ask me. Do that again. Please don't fuck this up. I'm trying to make friends.
Come on, come on. Yes!
Oh, there you go.
Worth it.
Uh,
All right.
that one I would hate to lose. Like, everybody else is counting on this as a contact and a job, and to fuck it up would have been really bad.
Yeah.
But it's now occurring to Allie, as that was said, that if they come to the ship, that there's going to have to be a reason why Allie or Alistair's not there, but I'll figure that out later. That's a problem for future Allie. Okay. And I'm just going to cheer on Paklu until such time as it's time for us to go back. So that's it for Allie as far as this goes.
All
Unless
right.
something happens.
There isn't. You play for a while longer. And yeah, what do you want to do?
as soon as Puck loses
Boy.
something might be wearing down,
You
I'll
see,
say
you
suggest
see
we go back.
Kyla and Jax leave.
Okay. Whenever you're ready,
Boy,
we can
I
go for the
am
vote.
pooped.
Okay.
Hey, well, I don't know about you six, but I'm absolutely tired. What are you gonna do after this? If you want, you can hang out at our place for a little bit.
I don't have any plans. I suppose I could accompany you.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Wouldn't you agree, Allie?
Now it's a problem for President Alley. Okay. Uh,
I thought the goal was to get him with us.
yep, for sure.
Yeah, without Dr. Cordax.
Okay, perfect. No, this sounds like a great idea. One second, I have to go to the bathroom, and I will get on the comms and tell Micah. Incoming, we're coming back to the ship and we're bringing sticks.
Oh, I better start cleaning up. This place is a mess. We're going to have guests.
Well, Stick, since we are inviting you into our private domicile, is there things that you would request? Do you need something in particular? I know you don't do the drinking things, or do you do the drinking things? I don't know so much about you.
I do not eat or drink, no.
Is there anything you do for, I don't know, the fun time?
I enjoy music.
I think we can do that. What's your favorite song?
He'll name some songs that he likes.
You like those ones too? Wow, we got so much in common.
And on your way back to the ship with Styx along with you as a 7.5 foot tall battle robot, I'm not going to make you roll a d12.
Okay. All right.
The likelihood of somebody wanting to start shit with Styx with you is pretty low.
All right.
So you're going to make it back to the ship. And I'm actually going to call it here because I was not prepared for this encounter to happen this session. And I want to do a little bit more building first.
That makes sense. Sounds good.
Oh, we're
So-
going to have robot company. Yay.
So I'm sorry
Android company.
Sorry to Fiverr and Micah. Everybody's splitting up all the time. I didn't have a whole lot for you, but
That's okay. When I picked it, I knew that was a chance, but I also thought it would be smart just in case to have somebody stay behind.
yeah. Well, I had determined that Styx was a music fan, so was going to be at the Discordant Star in the off hours.
Is his favorite song Mr. Roboto?
It might
my
be.
gosh.
I don't.
His name is
I
Styx.
hadn't thought of. I'd not thought of that with the name. That was not intentional, but
Okay.
but I'll embrace it.
I enjoy the entire Kilroy Is Here album. I love the concept art and the potential musical that could come out of it. I'm a huge Dennis DeYoung fan.
So, for everyone watching here or later on the YouTube, we are Roleplay Give. We've been playing Esper Genesis, published by Alligator Alley Games. Not a sponsor, but I like the product, so check it out if you're interested in that sort of thing. In the meantime, we will be back tomorrow night for the Donacam saga of Navishla, I believe.
Yes, we will.
And then next weekend we will have the continuation of the Spider Queen saga, and followed by the Warbler Brothers on Monday. But
The
until
Darkest
then,
Timeline.
roll some dice, play some games, or give your time or treasure to causes that are meaningful to you. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.